Ever get that feeling like AI is just making stuff up as it goes along? Like spinning these wild tales out of thin air?
Yeah.
We're talking about those AI hallucinations everyone's talking about.
Right.
Those moments when chatbots go off script or image generators create, well,
Yeah.
let's just say interesting things.
Interesting. Exactly. It's a problem.
It's everywhere, too, as AI becomes a bigger part of our lives.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, like, how do we fix it?
And the big players are all over it, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft and Google are both trying to basically teach AI to stay grounded in reality. They've got these new features rolling out.
Interesting.
Which I find totally fascinating.
Yeah, I want to hear about this.
So first up, let's talk Microsoft. Their new thing is called correction. And it's kind of like having an AI writing assistant who's also a total fact-checking fanatic. So you're writing a report, and as you type, this AI is back there comparing every single thing you write to your source material, catching any little mistake, any fictionalization you might accidentally put in.
Yeah.
Before you even hit send.
Like a real-time editor.
Exactly.
But for AI.
Exactly. That's correction in a nutshell. Like having that AI editor making sure everything stays accurate.
That's really interesting. And how are they actually doing that? Like, what's the technology behind it?
Well, that's where it gets even cooler. They're using both simple and really complex AI working together.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a whole team of AI fact-checkers, each with their own little specialty.
I see.
All going over everything.
And that's how they get to... I mean, they're not claiming it's perfect accuracy, are they?
Well, that's the thing. It's more about reducing those crazy hallucinations, right? Making the AI output as reliable as possible.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because even with a team of humans, you can't guarantee absolute accuracy every time.
It's true. And with this, you don't even see it happening, which is pretty wild.
Oh, really?
It's all happening behind the scenes. You just get the benefit of this more accurate output.
That is kind of cool.
Right. But then it makes you wonder, like,
yeah.
Are we losing something by not seeing the process?
Right.
Like, is there a trade-off there between transparency and just having this smooth user experience?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay, now let's jump over to Google. Their approach, they're calling it grounding. So if Microsoft is like a real-time editor, Google's like training the AI to be super meticulous with its citations.
Interesting.
So picture this. The AI wants to tell you about like the latest scientific discovery or something.
Yeah.
But before it can even get a word out, it has to prove where it got that information. Like literally show its work.
Interesting.
Providing links to Google search, its own databases, and eventually even external sources.
Wow. That's intense.
It's all about making sure the AI is anchored to real-world, verifiable information.
That's groundedness, right?
Exactly.
They want to make sure those AI models are so connected to facts, so
yeah,
they're way less likely to just wander off into la-la land. No more flights of fancy.
No more making stuff up.
Exactly.
So it's two very different philosophies, right?
Yeah, it is.
Microsoft's over there constantly fact-checking, while Google's like, nope, before you even start talking, show me your sources.
It'll be fascinating to see which one proves more effective. Or maybe they both have their strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly. And how they each develop over time. It's going to be interesting to watch for sure.
It does make you think, though, on a broader level.
Totally.
Are we, by, constantly correcting and grounding AI, are we also sort of limiting it?
Oh, that's a good point.
Like, are we stifling its creativity? Because let's be honest, sometimes the best ideas come from making mistakes or thinking outside the box,
Sure, for sure.
So finding that balance
Yeah.
between guidance and freedom, I think that's going to be the real challenge going forward.
It makes you wonder about ourselves too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, how often are we really fact-checking everything we say in our own lives?
Right.
Do we have that standard for ourselves?
Right.
It's such an interesting thing to consider because, as AI gets more and more sophisticated, that line between what's human and what's machine-made, it's getting blurry.
Definitely blurring, yeah.
So it's definitely something to keep in mind, like next time you're talking to a chatbot or looking at AI-generated art, it's like, where does it end?
Exactly.
Who knows what the future holds? Lots to think about.
A lot to think about.
Thanks for diving into this with me.
My pleasure.